Hi, this is Mark with Right Line Trading, and I wanted to go over our trading day today. Today was a very frustrating day, partly because we were trying to trade a dead market. And first, let's take a look at gold. And if we just squeeze this in a little bit, you can see how few candles there were on gold the whole morning. We start trading around 8:15. We finished around 11:30, and gold just gave us very, very few candles. Volume was intermittent, and I took this. This was really a great setup. It's a move to the upside, a retracement right to support. We had a chase dot right here, giving us the ability to go long on a yellow modified 15 because we had background bias. There was an overhead pivot there at the time, but I figured it was going to break. The thing is, it didn't even go a tick. It ticked us in right here and then came right back against us. And there's just no way that we were going to make money in that market today. It was just dead. And that cost us 9 ticks on that trade. I think that watching volume is very, very important when you trade. And the same thing happened to us on the Russell. The Russell was a terrible market today. It's only got 36,000 contracts traded, and now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now I looked through the whole day, and this was really a great trade. Move to the upside, back, very tight to the 50. Now, the 50 is red, but sloping gently, not really any measurable negative influence on this trade. Momentum really isn't to the downside here. The modified 15 is heading up hard, and we have what we want. We're channeling into the 15. And we get a C candle entry right off, and it goes 1 tick and collapses. And that's what happens when you trade a market that just doesn't have any volume. Look right now. Now it's 1:42 in the afternoon Eastern, and you can't trade this market. Now this was a nice potential short right here that I missed. It went 14. A little aggressive, but not very, with order flow, momentum, and background bias, and the 50 and the 15 down. Then I had the same thing here. Now maybe it was a pivot issue. I don't know. But we went up, down, and this one I took out at -2. Now I believe that this is the kind of trade that breaks pivots. Order flow and momentum, 1550 green, background bias green, everything going for the trade. Just really a killer. And that's 2 losers right there. 3 losers there. Then on, just move this over. Crude, which had nice volume and had nice follow through. We got the first trade was the nice break to the downside, up, and follow through to the downside for 14 ticks. Now this was a great move up, move to the downside, engulfing off the 50, except we were in a trade on the E-mini at the time, and I couldn't take this trade. Now it wasn't a big winner, but I just couldn't be in both at the same time. This wasn't a missed trade. That would have gone 9. This was, unfortunately, a big missed trade. Now you see that also has a pivot issue, but it walked right through it. This was a 30-tick trade. And I just wasn't watching the crude oil market. That's just the way it went today. It's set up perfect. It was a 30-tick winner, and that would have been a 10.05 trade. And I believe a lot of the losers we took were after 10.05. That would have closed us out for the day with a huge profit. Now, as we continue on, crude just kept going higher and higher. And this was the last trade I took. It was an aggressive trade. It was a break of the 50 and the 15. Well, it was the 50 was support, breaking the 15. The 15 was green, the 50 was green, and it pushed up 7. And then this is all after the room closed. And you can see it made this absolutely stellar. Look at this move. Now this is a 12.20. I always know that if we close, we're going to wind up with a gigantic trade. This went 37 ticks, and this was a hand-me trade. Background bias, everything just perfect. And these are tough shorts, sort of hanging entries, not off resistance to the upside, but there was the stellar trade. And then we had the E-mini. And it seems like I missed a trade almost on every market here. But here was the first trade. Move up, move back. We got a point. Then we had the move up, the move back, and we got 11 ticks, almost 3 points. Except this wick came back to our entry, which is where our stop moves. Just took us out of the trade at 1 point and then continued up 11. It was just one of those days. Now this was not tradable. It was on a yellow modified 15. And you can see this great trade here. This was the day where the pivots ruled. Try to take a continuation, not going anywhere. But I got an 11-tick trade, just got whipped out of it. Couldn't monetize it. So there was really one great trade on that during the trading day. There was just a stellar trade here on. This was after the room closed, unfortunately. I mean, if you have the software and you trade on, these are the kind of trades that you're going to get. And look how much this pivot mattered. I mean, here's a move up. Here's a retracement. And, I mean, the pivot's a line, but it's really an area. And the trade just did not go, even though it had everything going for it. That was the kind of day it was. You could not even trade close to pivots. So this was the killer trade that hurt right here for 30 ticks. This would have taken us out of the day. This is a $500 trade, and we would have closed out the day with a very, very easy day, but it just wasn't meant to be today. So today we had 4 winners and 3 losers. Now one of them was a scratch loser of just 2 ticks. So on the Russell, we lost -7 and -2. Gold -9. So we really had 2 major losers. On the ES, I had 11 ticks. 2 contracts were off at 3. 1 were off at 4. Couldn't get the runner because it came back and didn't allow me to get 11 on the runner. 11 happens to be our third target. That would have been another 11 ticks on the trade. And that's over about 130, an extra 130, 140 bucks. On the +4, we took 2 off at 3, 1 off at 4. Our 4th contract went nowhere, and we got 0. On the crude 14, I took 1 off at 5, 1 off at 10, and 1 off at 14. Net ticks were 18, only made 50 bucks. The Auto Trader had no trades so far. So today was a challenging day. I missed a couple of very, very good entries. And if there is a lesson today, it's do not trade a moribund, decomposing, dead market that just doesn't have any volume. You're just not going to get any reasonable follow through, and it's just going to wind up hurting you. And it did hurt me today. The system functioned great as long as you kept the trades ultra conservative and you had a little bit of volume. I mean, without volume, I mean, these are indicators are all markers of market sentiment. And when there's no one trading, market sentiment can shift with the wind. You need to have conviction and follow through in order for any setup to work, even a moving average. So today was a harder day. We made $500 yesterday. We made $300 on Friday. So we're still moving at a really nice clip. But this was if I would have gotten that one trade on crude for the 30 ticks, we would have been out today with $600 or $700 of profit. It just shows how harmful it can be just to miss one lucrative entry early in the morning. Today that really, really hurt me. Watching four markets, though, is not easy at the same time. They're all rocking. Let me see what time that trade was on crude that I missed. And I'm sure it was when all four markets were rolling along here. It was at 10:05. So I had the ES, the, Russell, gold, and crude to watch. And I don't think this developed with any kind of speed. This was at 10:05. 10:05. It did develop pretty quickly. These are all in the same minute. 10:05, 10:05, 10:05, 10:06. So it was a fairly rapidly developing pattern, but I should have been right on top of it, looking for the pullback into the modified 15 and then the move up. So really, and we had a nice channel here to break out of and trade. And when I say channel, this is really a period of consolidation right into the modified 15 and the move up. So a lackluster performance from me today, plus just bad judgment in trading a very, very dead market. This loss I took on crude, on gold, should not have been taken. No volume. Don't even consider breaking a pivot. And you just really should lay off the market. And after that, we stayed away from gold and the Russell. And then if these markets move this way tomorrow, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stay off of these two markets if there's no volatility on crude, and the Russell trades 30,000 and change on its in contract number. It's just too light. So listen, we'd love you to come into the room. We're off to a stellar start. Sign up for a free trial to our live trading room. Go to www.rightlinetrading.com. There you'll see a link to our daily net equity in the trading room, a link to our daily net equity for the ES Auto Trader and the Auto Trader for crude, gold, and the Russell. You'll see a sign up for a free trial and a contact us page. You can email us directly at info@rightlinetrading.com or call us at 1-855-765-6681. We're the only company that makes videos like this, because we not only sell you the software, we trade it every day. We put our reputation on the line, and we want everyone to see exactly how we do. I've seen a lot of these so-called top 2%, Titan, whatever they are. I don't see any net equity from them. They tell you that they have winning trades, but I don't see how much money was made. I see nothing from these guys. We are the people that show you the trades, show you how much money we made. If you traded our ATM, we give you all the information and then some. I mean, we are the most transparent trading company, I believe, that you're going to find anywhere out there. So listen, everyone, have a great, great afternoon, and hopefully I'll see you in the trading room tomorrow.